Hi girls, welcome to Friday. So let's get right into it. Before I start with my book, I just found an update on what I'm writing. I wrote more of The Vaulted Sky, and sometime in the middle of the week I had a mini freak out. Thought maybe Evangeline might be Mary Sue. If you don't know what a Mary Sue is, I'm sure you guys do, but in case you don't, it came from a lot of fan fiction that came around maybe when Harry Potter was being really popular, like maybe 10 years ago. Then it progressed from fan fiction Mary Sue's and Gary Stu's, the male version, to basically anything that you wrote or read online. And I took it to heart because I really realized that the quality of the character would be so much better if they weren't perfect, and that's a quality of a Mary Sue. So this weekend I kind of took a step back and I was like, wait a second, what if Evangeline's a Mary Sue? By suggestion, I wrote out a list of all her character flaws. And it made me feel better, actually. You wouldn't think it would, but writing down everything that's wrong with your character really does take the load off of trying to make them a good character. You know, as you're writing, they're going to do stupid stuff. And I want her to, because I want to make her relatable. I don't want her to be perfect because she already has two things going for her. She is rich and she's powerful because she's in a mafia family. And the other thing is that she's young and pretty. So, I mean, those two things aren't really character flaws, so it's not like I could change those things. But I can help everything else. I can help her paranoia. I can help how she can be bossy. Yeah, that's what I'm writing. So, wow, that was a long rant. Let me get into what I'm reading because this is a sort of pseudo review what you're reading week. I mentioned I was reading this in my last video. A little bit of a backstory. It's a fantasy adventure novel. It starts with a really strong romantic scene where this guy is literally dropped into this girl's village and they hit it off. Literally, they hit it off. And it kind of jumps to this scene where you don't really know what time or what location it is in relation to the opening scene, but it's about Rhapsody. This guy really likes Rhapsody. Rhapsody doesn't really like him. He kind of has some powers, so he tries to find her. She tries to escape, and she bumps into two assassins. Their name is Grunther and Ahmed. At first, she goes with them willingly, and then it turns into, I really don't want to go with you anymore. But they go on this really long journey, and yeah, that's where the story gets interesting. A really strong theme of music. It plays a really big part of the story. Rhapsody is a singer, which is a profession. You study it, you study music, you can play almost any instrument, you're a really good singer. But she uses it with magic to change the world around her. My take on the story so far, and I'm pretty far into it, but I really like Elizabeth Hayden's style. You can write a scene and really paint it in your head, paint the picture in your head. For the most part, I would wish that Rhapsody was a little bit less perfect. She comes off as someone who, you know, is very desired. And you can tell that by the man who's trying to find her. We are told as the reader that she's very pretty, and that because she's Lyran, she's very attractive. Halfway through the book, something happens, and she comes out of it looking even prettier. I'm going to hold off judging it for now because I haven't read the whole book, but that kind of didn't make sense to me that much. And there are a lot of times so far in the plot where she's saved the two assassins that she's traveling with, which should be the other way around considering that she's, you know, not as strong as they are. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I did do my challenge. Marissa told me to do a video where I spoke in the third person for a video. I made a whole video this week of me just saying random things into my camera, and then I made a whole, video about it. I'm going to put the video link here, and you guys can check it out. My challenge is going to be for you to, whoever rolls the dice, they have to have a guest in their video. And I don't care if it's, your grandma or your dog or a stuffed animal, just have someone else there, not just you. Rachel, the random word of the day is going to be song. Alright, I hope you have a great weekend, girls, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye.